So for completion, let's look at how we would also post XML. So at the moment we've just posted a JSON response, so let's post an XML one as well. It's very similar, so I'm just going to add a new test. I'll call it public void create new game by XML. So a couple of things that we need to change this time. Firstly, we need to have an XML string, so we'll call this string game body XML. And I'm just so the XML format is similar to the JSON formats, but it's obviously slightly different because it's XML. If we wanted to get an example of what it looked like, we could call our original video game endpoint here, the get endpoint here, and we'll change that to application XML. So we can see this is what the data looks like in XML. So let's just copy one of these as an example, and then we'll put this into our post request. So we're not actually going to send this post, but we'll just put the data in here so that we can change it. So we can leave it at shooter and universal, and we're going to give it an ID of 12. Maybe we'll call it Resident Evil 7. I don't know if Resident Evil 7 exists, but it doesn't matter. We'll set the review score to 75 just so it's a bit different. So this is our XML for adding a new video game. So let's copy that again, go back to our code base, and just add that in there as a string. Okay, great. So now the next thing that we need to do is we need to change our headers in our test config. So at the moment we're accepting and we're specifying a content type of application JSON. So we need to change this to XML for this one and for this one. So we'll see later on how to add specific headers for calls, but at the moment we're just going to be lazy and just change it at the high level so that it changes for everything to XML. And now for the rest, it's very similar to what we'd already added before. So we'll again do a given. We'll specify our body, which is our game body XML. That's the string, this string here that's being added. And then we simply add the rest of the code as it was before. I'll just add that in quickly. So we call when post. We'll post into the same endpoint again. Everything's the same except that we're just sending XML this time. And we'll just add in our then for completion. Let's go ahead and run this test. The test passes okay. Let's have a look in Fiddler at what traffic was captured. And we can see this time we're posting to the same endpoint, but we're sending XML instead. Let's also have a quick look if we get all of the games, and let's see if game 12 is there. I'll change it to JSON just so I find JSON a little bit easier to read. And we can see our game Resident Evil 7 has been added there as well. Cool, I'll see you in the next lecture.